What's up, YouTube? Angel Ray is back at it again with another video, and this is going to be part 2 of the design challenge. So my client right here, Joseph, been a good friend of mine since barber school, and we're going to attempt part 2 of this challenge. He brought his own design in, so I'm going to be showing you guys step by step on what I do to achieve this design, and we're just going to learn a little bit about my boy and how he got started in the barber industry. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great haircut. We're chopping it all off, so you guys are going to see a big transformation. So cutting off the mole, we're going to go straight for a mid-fade, and we're going to knock out the design.
All right, voiceover time. So we're gonna start off with the baseline. I did a mid drop fade on my client, and we're gonna start with the lever open. I just try to keep my line as consistent as possible. Try to keep your guidelines just clear, consistent, even. And then my goal is just to soften up that bottom line. That's how I always fade. So I start from top to bottom lever, and when I'm doing lever open, I go notch by notch. So you're gonna see me go one notch down. I'm just gonna soften up that bottom line, clear up all the hair, and I'm just gonna keep repeating the same steps. I'm gonna go notch by notch. As soon as I start seeing that bottom line blend out, I'm just gonna keep going lower and lower, just towards that line, just touching that line, and kind of just focusing on making that part kind of just disappear. And then I'll kind of come back behind it, just little dark spots that I want to touch up with the ends of my trimmer. So you'll kind of see that once I start getting closer to the lever close. And we did a whole interview with my boy. It came out great, but the one thing was his mic died before the video even started. So all you could really hear was me. And since I got a tutorial, since I got this footage of me just cutting his hair, doing the actual haircut, I might as well just put that in here. And then the next time around, hopefully we can get another little interview going out of my boy. But as you can see right here, using my trimmers, just kind of detailing, picking up at dark spots that I see, and just trying to make that line disappear, just trying to make it as smooth as the transition as possible. And let's see, usually my next step, I like to go with my 1.5 guard lever open, and I'll go ahead and create my next guideline. And this is where I stop. I don't use any more guards. I use the 1.5 open, and that's it. Other than that, I just clipper over comb. I use thinning shears over comb. I use just those kind of tools to finish the blend, just because I want to hold on and preserve a lot of that bulk that I see right there. So I'm going in with my 1.5, and once I get into my guards, I just kind of like to play it by halves. So I'll go 1.5 open, 1.5 halfway, and then 1.5 closed. And I'll just keep working towards that line, just trying to soften it up as much as possible. I kind of make sure I just go over, and make sure everything is just consistently the same length. I don't like to leave anything hanging around. So you can see lever close, I'm just coming in, and I'm just softening up that line. I'm not trying to create any more guidelines in my fade. I just really want to soften that one up. So as you can see here, lever open, number 1 guard. Once I hit my 1 guard and my half guard, I kind of use those more for like detail work. Like those are the ones that are gonna really tighten up the fade, really bring things together. So you can already see that one is doing amazing. It's already softening up that line. I'm not creating any extra lines. My client does have a little bit of a bald spot right there, so you do see that lighter area, but it's all about how you transition things, There's gonna be dark spots, there's gonna be clients with like little dents in their hair and everything, and you're just gonna have to tweak the way you fade in that specific area just a little bit more, just so that you can get the whole fade to kind of look as is, like it's one whole. So lever open, just number 1, then I close the lever all the way, and just attacking that line, using my corners, just kind of really making sure I can get that transition to really pop out for when I go in with my half guard. So half guard, lever open. Same thing, kind of like with the lever open by itself. I like to go half guard notch by notch. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It just really depends on the client and the hair texture that I'm playing with today. I believe in this video, I probably went half open, half, and then notch by notch until I got the lever closed. So as you can see, just kind of picking at dark spots, that little darker spot behind that light spot, you can see it's starting to kind of come together a little bit better. And that's my goal. I just want everything to transition smooth. I don't want to see any dark spots, any inconsistencies. And the half guard, really just use your corners. It's such a small guard, so you can create a line if you push too deep into the hair. So I'm kind of just floating off the hair, floating off the line, just kind of picking at that line. I try not to go any higher than I need to with it. So as you can see, I probably was at half, and I probably went down just 1 notch just to kind of just detail. You can see just a bunch of corner work. The line's already kind of fading itself out, so I don't have to do too much work at this point. I'm really just trying to soften it up. This blend is starting to come out exactly how I want it. So you can see there, that's the half guard leopard close all the way, and I'm really just using the corners. Just use the corners, just nitpick, just find dark spots that you see. The line really shouldn't be there anymore, and as you can see, like, it's really blended. I'm loving how this haircut's turning out so far. And usually after this part, I kind of just take off the guard, lever play a little bit, just kind of detail with just the corners. As you can see here, I'm just picking out like little dark spots. Most people like to save the detailing for the very end, but for the case of the video, to show you guys YouTube and show you guys my routine, I just wanted to knock out everything on this one side that I can. So this is when I'm going in with my clipper over comb work, just knock off excess bulk that I don't need, and then now I'm just gonna use that clipper, angle it a little bit, and I'm gonna blend from that 1.5 guard into the bulk. So with this step, I say take your time. I'm still not very good at clipper over comb. It's something that I still need to perfect a little bit, but I'm using it in my everyday routine so that I can get better and can get faster at some of my haircuts. So as you can see, I'm just kind of taking my time with it. I'm just going slowly just to make sure I'm getting the transitions and the right spots that I needed to. But I've seen people who can clipper over comb an entire haircut, like just bald line, maybe use the 1 guard, and then boom, clipper over comb the rest of the way. And that's a skill. That's a skill that I haven't mastered yet, but I'm working on it. As a barber, I feel like there's always new techniques and tools and tips and tricks that you can learn every day from anybody. So hopefully my videos give you guys enough value to where you're learning something from me. You know, that's what I want to push out with this kind of videos. I want to be able to teach an audience. I want to be able to teach the community, you know, people who cut hair at home, you know, your wife who wants to cut your hair, or, you know, girlfriend, brother, sister, whatever the case is. Like, I started cutting hair by picking up a $30 pair of clippers at Walmart, and I was watching 360 GZ, learning how to cut his own hair, his client's hair, and then I'm just watching a bunch of self-cut videos. And back in the day, there wasn't very many barbers doing self-cut videos, so I think it was very, very limited to find out how to cut hair. And now, like, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have Reels, we have YouTube. Like, there's so many pieces of information out there that, you know, there's no reason to not learn. You know, if you're interested, you want to learn how to cut hair, like, there's somewhere out there's somebody that you can learn from. And I want to be those type of people. I want to be somebody you guys can watch my videos, like, learn how to cut hair and just enjoy the process. It took me about a year to 2 years to really start cutting my own hair pretty nicely, but I've been cutting my own hair for the last 6 years. You know, like, I still do it every now and then. I'll have my boys clean me up, but I just enjoy cutting my own hair because that's just kind of how the journey started. So we're getting right into the design part of the video. So just finishing up these little bit of details. Here's the final product on the fade. And this design is from Another Junior Cuts. So I've never seen this page before, but if you have, go check him out on Instagram. I believe that's where he found them. But we're gonna attempt part 2 of the design challenge. So he showed me the design, he's gonna hold it up for me, and I'm just gonna go for it. It's just kind of like where you want to place things. So I kind of just start the trimmer where I believe like the best part to start the design will be, and then I just kind of follow from there. And I was having a little difficult with this design. Like, this design, I rate it maybe like a 7 out of 10. It wasn't too hard to do, but the big difference was in the video, the client had a burst fade, so the design like wrapped around the burst fade and it didn't wrap around a mid fade. So that was definitely another part of the challenge where I had to just kind of create the design to where it can just follow one nice pace alongside of the fade. So as you can see, I'm just going back and forth. My trimmers of choice for doing designs are my Slimline Pros. I think I zero gap them pretty good, so they usually hit pretty hard whenever I'm doing designs. And it's a small blade. Small blades, you can get into like tighter areas, you can get like tighter curves, things like that. But for some reason, it just wasn't wanting to feed into my client's hair. I had to do multiple passes, kind of go back and forth, and this was a fun design to do. Like, at the end of the day, I liked it, he liked it. It was a crazy design, and I'll just let you guys watch the rest of the video. Like, you guys can just kind of see how I get into the work and just see how I do my designs. Wrapping up the design now, I'm just cleaning off my client's neck, and here's the design, here's the inspiration that we went for. So you guys let me know in the comments how I did on this design, and then we're gonna show you guys the final product right now.
New style. What do you think, my boy? Did I pass or fail?
Pass.
Hey, let's go, let's go. Shit, let me get that.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Shit, let me see. Hey. Woo.
Nice connection. Boricua, que lo queda, mami.
Up until the next video, thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned, check out his page, Vargas Creates on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.